right in the moment and have an experience of what that is. So that's how I would define it. That's how I use the term epiphany experience. And I've had a number of these over the past 15 years, and I've tried to paint them. This painting behind me is that. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about it because it makes an interesting story. I was we had gone to a Celtic stone site, and that's for those of you who haven't been to one. They kind of go for a mile in all directions, and when you first come upon the site, and maybe an analogy would be standing in front of the Grand Canyon after years of hearing about it, or reading about it, or seeing pictures about it. If you stand on a cliffside of the Grand Canyon, nothing you have heard or seen can compare with that moment of seeing the Grand Canyon. So that's what being at the site was like. But still, it wasn't an epiphany, and I don't try to have epiphany experience. It's not possible. So I was standing there and just experiencing the day. Was a beautiful day, and there was a bright sun, and suddenly a little green hawk, very small, right here, lighted on a stone that was about 50 feet away from me, and it was very bright green. It was kind of a green like this. It was strikingly green. And another thing that made it so beautiful was its size. The hawks I see here on the river, they're pretty large. They're like this, maybe like this. And this hawk was like this. It was almost even bigger than parakeet, but it was 3 times bigger than a parakeet. And that triggered an epiphany experience for me. Suddenly I was just like somewhere else. But the way I could describe it was I became aware of time. I became aware that I was thinking about what time is lunch going to be? Is Dorothy going to come back from being somewhere in the stone site and on time? Or are we going to miss the meal? What time was the bus leaving later in the afternoon? I was thinking about the flight in a couple of days that would be taken back to the United States, and that was my time. But it was all kind of flowing at the unconscious level. And then the time of the hawk I experienced, and that time was the hawk was seeing that the sun's light caused the trees to throw a shadow on the green grass, and it was moving. And this hawk was aware of the daytime moon. There was a daytime moon in this clear blue sky, and because I don't want you to miss out on it. And the bird, as I experienced it, had a sense of the rotation of the earth. That was how the bird was telling time. That it was the motion of the earth on its axis. And finally, the movement of the earth in its orbit around the sun. And I had an epiphany experience, and 3-4 months later, I didn't carve